Hey everyone, today we're going to play some more Monster Hunter, and we are going to fight the Cephadrome. Nothing really to say about it. It sucks. It's just Cephalos but bigger, so let's get right into it. So the quest we're going to be looking at is the entrance into the rank 4 quest. It's called the Land Shark. Something about it's attacking their pack animals or something like that. Either way, yeah, we're going to have to fight the Sand Shark, so not really looking forward to this. So unfortunately I didn't grind much past the last couple of missions, so what I'm going to have to do is try to get through this quest with what I have now, which is unfortunate because I still have the base level armor in the game. So if I'm not careful, the Cephadrome could kill me in just a couple of hits. That said, I can create like one or two pieces of the Kutku gear, and I was originally going to do that, but Zenny is really the limiting factor here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a cold drink, and we should be set in the desert areas 2 and 7 for about 10 minutes. And then we'll be able to see the cutscene here for the Cephadrome. Oh, not quite. So the Cephadrome, as you can see with our honey here, he does this animation whenever he's in these desert areas, but because we use the cold drink, it doesn't drain our health. Normally, it will drain your health, though. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to Area 7, and that is where the Cephadrome is going to be. And I know that in most of the missions I've done so far, I've only used like one paintball, but this mission is probably going to take a fair amount of time, so I'll probably be using 2 or maybe even 3 paintballs. Like I said, though, the cool drinks are the limiting factor in this instance, and my healing supplies. Regularly, whenever I do fight the Cephadrome, I usually end up using both my cold drinks and at least half of a full stock of Mega Potions. So you just have to be mindful of, making sure you kill it before all your supplies run out. It doesn't even have its own unique sound, it just uses the Cephalos sounds. And they pretty much upscaled the Cephalos and turned down the brightness scaler. Yeah, let's be real, nobody really likes this quest. Like, nobody. Because this is all you're going to see for most of the mission. Now, I could use a Sonic Bomb, and I probably will, but at the same time, it's not really something you have in a large supply. You only get 2. So, I already wasted 1, so that sucks. Let's just go ahead and do this. And the thing about the Cephadrome is whenever it flops around, I think it can damage you. And of course, you have to be mindful of the Cephalos because they can damage you as well. And then of course, he jumps right back into the sand. So, like I said, very unfortunate, very frustrating, very annoying to fight this guy. Really, the way you fight him is the same as the Cephalos. You have to try to get him to notice you, and then once he ducks under the ground, at least for a hammer, you go ahead and charge up your attack. For any other weapon, you get ready to attack. And then after that, you just hit him. And then hopefully you can get an attack off. Obviously, if you're too slow, you'll miss your chance, so just be careful. And of course, he can instant charge out of the sand. Thankfully, I'm getting pretty lucky with the RNG here. And I think whenever the Cephadrome is around, the other Cephalos become more aggressive. Probably to protect it, the whole pack mentality thing and all that. And of course, whenever you're knocked away, he has a tendency to just swim off again. Honestly, this is the most active and aggressive I've ever seen the Cephalos, which is pretty neat because, and the Cephadrome, which is pretty neat because it's making it easier to hit him. But it's also pretty frustrating because it's like, dude, leave me alone. Let me just hit him. I think the Cephadrome is the only one that does have that bite attack, though. But something to keep in mind, and the hip check. But something to keep in mind is that his feet, whenever he steps, like whenever he walks, it does do tip damage to you. So just be mindful of that. And that's what I was saying. He's really bad about the tail slaps. Sometimes he'll do it like 3 times in a row, and it can get kind of hard to dodge it. And at the end of the day, the main thing you want to do is try to bait out that spit attack, because if you can bait out the spit attack, you can get some free damage in. Obviously, as long as you don't get hit by it. Now, as you can see, it has jumped back into the sand, so I'm going to have to bait him back out. For Cephadrome, it is really difficult to keep him out of the sand. One, because he has a tendency to jump back in very quickly as is. But the other thing is that his tail slap range is so long and has such a broken hitbox that you pretty much have to get so far away from him, he'll jump back into the sand in order to avoid an attack if you want to, like, heal or something. Now, I know I was talking about in the last couple episodes ago when I was fighting the Kutku, you know, like, hey, just kill the small monsters. Now, there is a reason why I'm not killing them here, and the main reason is because they just infinitely respawn. So obviously in a situation like where the Bulldrome and the Gypsaros quests, you know, where they're just kind of there and then you can kill them and they'll go away, if the small monsters do infinitely respawn, then there really isn't much point in killing them unless you need like a couple of seconds of breathing room and you can quickly pick them off. But if they infinitely respawn, you're better off just trying to focus on the big monster and navigating your way around the little ones. Now that I think about it, why is Steel Uragon the most, or is it like the Diamond Chin Uragon? Why is Uragon the most hated monster? Why isn't this thing at the bottom of the list? I mean, even in the newer games, just these chase me down type monsters, they're just frustrating. They're not fun. Like, I don't know what made them think this is fun. And yes, I am absolutely mauling. So as you can see, the effect of the cool drink has expired, so my health will slowly regenerate. So I'm going to have to use another cool drink in order to not die of heat stroke, basically. Now, this only does apply in areas 7 and 2, which are, of course, the largest areas in the game, and 90% of where the boss is going to be. In every other area of the game, you don't need a cool drink, but in area 5 where it's blue, that means it's so cold it'll drain your stamina, so you'll need a hot drink. And, of course, I got Slap Out of Tail. That's not good at all. So what I'm going to have to do in order to avoid being killed is heal, and I'm going to get smacked again. Yeah, that was a bad read on my part. That was completely on me. Oh, that is unfortunate. I think that's actually my first feint in the game. It is unfortunate that I died to Cephadrome, and that does mean that my cool drink, I think, is no longer taking effect. Because as you can see, my stamina, it went back down to its base level, and I believe it restores your stats to normal whenever you feint. And I believe that does include buffs as well. So because I didn't make any of my own cool drinks, I'm basically going to be racing against the clock now. So I'm going to have to use a well-done steak here, run over to Area 7, and try to out-heal the damage of the sun. Let's take a look at my health. Yeah, so as you can see, my health is going to ever so slowly deteriorate. Now, technically, I could get around this because the red bar, that's stuff that'll heal over time. So if you'll see, whenever I took damage, there's a red bar and then there's a gray bar. The gray bar is the permanently lost health, and the red bar is the health I'm losing over time. So for the red bar, let's say if I was in Area 7 and I was like, oh, my health is about at 0. So I go into Area 8 and my entire bar is red. I could just camp in Area 8, and as long as I don't take any other damage, I don't lose that red health. As is, though, I don't really have time for that, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to make it through this quest now, because, like I said, I used both of my cold drinks. I can't remember if you can buy cold drinks or not, but if you can't buy them, then, yeah, you're just kind of have to rely on the 2 that you get at the start of the mission. Or create them. I know there's a way you can actually craft them, but I can't remember what the recipe is. I am getting a weird bug here. I've actually never seen the Cephadrome act this way before, and I think it's under the map now. So, yeah, that is unfortunate, and of course the Cephalos are not making it any easier. Oh, okay, that's because it was transitioning to a different area. So what I'm going to do is, I can just actually go through here, and it'll take me straight to Area 2. So I'm just going to munch on a couple of herbs real quick, probably. And hopefully, I should be okay. Now, the biggest thing you have to watch out for when you don't have cool drinks is the swimming guys, like the fins. Because the fins will do damage and they'll permanently knock off that red health, and then you're just kind of permanently out of that health. So the biggest thing is you got to try to navigate over here, bait out the Cephadrome, and then try to not get hit by the fins. And of course, heal or retreat whenever it gets kind of shaky. So what I'm trying to do is get close enough to Cephadrome where it'll turn towards me, because if I can do that, then it'll hopefully come out of the sand and try to attack me. And if it tries to attack me, that'll give me an opening to attack it. And then, of course, if I hit it on its fin enough times, then, of course, it'll pop out of the sand and I can fight it properly. Of course, sometimes you don't get lucky, and then you just bait out an attack, and it does the attack, and then goes right back to swimming. Which is absolutely the worst case scenario that can happen. As you can see, though, it is turning towards me, and now that it's sunk under the sand, I can come back over here and do a ground pound. And that's actually really good. That means it was already at a threshold whenever it went back into the ground and whenever I fainted. So hopefully I can stay alive long enough to kill this guy. And of course you just have to navigate around its tail slabs. Now the most dangerous thing about him right now is going to be those feet because, like I said, that residual health I lose from the heat, that's just going to be gone once the feet hit me. So even though it's chip damage, it does also have the unfortunate effect of taking away that temporarily lost health to where I can't really restore it anymore. And of course, the benefit to hiding under its feet, though, is that the Cephalos will have a harder time hitting you, and they might even hit the Cephadrome, which could even potentially stun it. So I have to hurry up and heal, because if I don't, I'll be in trouble. Yeah, I actually might not have enough resources to out-heal this mission. So I'll keep going and give it a try, but if the Cephadrome doesn't go to its resting area soon, I might have to just abandon the quest. Especially with all these Cephalos harassing me. Yeah, this is pretty much it right here. So I'm going to have to try to hurry up and kill the Cephadrome, because he is actually enraged right now. That is good, but the fact my weapon sharpness only just increased, it's not a good sign. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I might have underprepared pretty poorly, so I probably won't actually be able to do this quest. It is unfortunate, but yeah, the heat already killed me there. So it is unfortunate, but that first death where I used my second cool drink, that was kind of the killing blow. So what I'm going to do is abandon the mission. And I actually don't have enough time to try again today. So I'm going to go ahead and abandon the mission. I'll call this one a failure and call it an episode, and we can try the Cephadrome again in the next episode. It really is unfortunate, but it is a couple of factors that led to this. I should have grinded more. I should have got more money. I should have made my own cool drinks. And it really goes to show that in these older games, you really do have to prepare for the mission. Because something like the Kutku, you can just kind of go into it and, you know, just mash your head against the wall and then eventually you'll win. But something like the Cephadrome or the Rathalos or, God forbid, even the Gravios, yeah, you can't really do that, or you're just going to fail. So, that said, I'm going to call it an episode for now. Sorry that I didn't really get any progress done. But, hey, I hope y'all still enjoyed my suffering. That said, thank everybody so much for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. And if you're feeling generous enough, support me on Patreon so I can do this forever. That said, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye now.